Good morning, everybody. It's May 14th. It's a Friday. We're sliding into the weekend. Um, you know what's very interesting that usually happens to me? And I mentioned this in previous videos. I will exhaust a topic. I have exhausted narcissism to the point of complete boredom for y'all. Okay. I gotta turn on the fan. It is hotter than here in Cookeville, Tennessee. We can't decide what season it is. Okay. So what happened to me is I was at a discount store and I came across these two books. People don't want these books because they're not self-help, but they address emotional intelligence. And I'm all about emotional growth and emotional intelligence. This one is What to Do When the Roof Caves In. Just started reading it. It's a clinical therapist and psychologist, and she actually is talking about when roofs cave in for her. What I like to refer to when roofs cave in is catastrophizing. Okay. And we're all prone to catastrophizing. In other words, you can have a small series of events in a day, or maybe even a couple events in the day. Oh, what a horrible day I had yesterday. Nothing goes my way. Nobody cares about me. Oh, well, what's the use? You know what I'm saying? And then, oh my God, this is a workbook, the Anxiety and Worry Workbook. Nobody buys these things at the discount stores. Moi? This is a textbook. It would easily cost, I don't know, $25, $50, something like that. Guess what? I got it for $1. Oh my God. Okay, so like I said, I closed out. I mean, it might here and there's something relative to narcissism or other emotional intelligence topics that I've discussed, and I did get personal about, a little bit about, well, probably here and there quite a bit. No shame in the game. I like to say that too. You see, this is the thing. Emotional growth is lifelong. Okay. You go around and around a mountain until you learn your lesson. That's what it's about. We all have lessons to learn. We all need coping and strategy skills and strategic skills to manage our life more effectively and to balance it more effectively and to have quality in our life and a genuine, genuine, consistent feeling of confidence, self-efficacy, and my world's okay. See, if you have all of that feeling about your world when things come hurling at you, seemingly out of the blue, not always seemingly out of the blue, it seems like it, but a lot of it is, our own feelings, thoughts, and behaviors. That some of these things seem to be coming out of the blue and stacked up against you. I had three things happen to me yesterday. I was up the night before and with a lot of pain. The injection I got for my trigger finger, the relief is completely vanished. At the same time, I'm having trouble with the back tooth that had a very deep filling in. And looks like I'm gonna have to get a root canal or get it pulled. All my teeth are in tip-top shape. I'm like, oh, I haven't had anything done in years and years and years because I put a lot of money in them. And then the third thing is I got bit by a tick, which you know I got a bad bite at the back of my neck from a tick. We went to the urgent care to make sure that I didn't realize what it was, and I swatted it off my neck, and it flew on the ground. Oh, that's a tick! So we went to urgent care. Hubby took me to urgent care, and it was examined, and she said, it looks like you swatted the whole thing off. It's a total imprint of the tick on the back of my neck. It's a big red circle. Anyways, we got things to look out for. And I'll call my doctor to get a follow-up. Okay? Which leads into the anxiety, worry workbook. Okay. It's not just America. America is very prevalent on, issues of depression and anxiety, all kinds of anxiety disorders, generalized anxiety, chronic anxiety. Um, so the whole idea of this workbook, which I've just started looking into myself, okay, is that those of those of us in this arena, thankfully, I'm doing pretty good in that area. But those of us that in this arena that need extra help, to learn how to manage their anxiety. See, anxiety is based in fear, okay? Fear of what might happen, fear, of the future, the unknown, worry about this and that. Oh, what if I don't do this? What if I don't take care of this? What if this happens? And they go hand in hand, but they're fear based. So, what we need to do when we're struggling with anxiety issues, worry, consistent worry. Everybody worries. you know, I'm talking about consistent worry where it interferes with the quality of your life, causes you great distress. Okay, because you don't get like a generalized anxiety disorder, chronic, anxiety, or I don't know why it's just not coming to me, other anxiety disorders. Oh well, I'm 65. I forget terms sometimes, but anyways, you don't get that kind of disorder unless it's really causing you distress, and interfering with the quality of your life. There's three criteria, and the other one is just evading me. Um, so what you want to find out there is a qualified CBT, cognitive behavioral therapist. Okay, cognitive, your thoughts. Okay, and what happens is you start thinking things, and then your emotions, fear, anxiousness. Oh gosh, I can go just a tiny bit in a couple pages of this to kind of like. You ever hear the term "worried to death"? I love one of my sisters, to the moon and back. But she used to say all the time, "I'm scared of this. I'm scared of this. I'm scared of this." So she was telling herself how to feel about a situation. You know, and I've noticed she don't say that nearly as much anymore. I probably, just bore her to death saying, "Hey, stop saying I'm scared, or you will be scared." Okay. So you have a trigger, you have a life event, you have a situation. Like in my case, whew, a tick. You get Lyme disease from tick, and I don't need that with everything else going on with me. That was my thought. That was my reaction to the event. And then I started feeling tense and anxious. Okay. So what Mary did is like, okay, come on. Challenged it. Come on. There's a solution to every problem, not a problem to every solution. And so I went down, I had hubby check, and he goes, I think you're fine. It doesn't look like anything's in there. I called my sister Kathy. She told me what to da 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 do da da da, and I did all that. But then when I looked in the mirror at the back of it, I said that was a little more than it should. I think. Well, you know what? Let's go to urgent care. And actually, hubby had kind of said, "Do you want to go to urgent care?" And I said, "Nah." And then I couldn't reach my doctor. They were closing. Yeah, let's go ahead and go to urgent care. Okay, peace of mind. You know, and there's other ones like waiting for a job. There are things that are normal anxiety situations. We're talking about when you are chronically anxious and fearful of an event. Okay, so the thing is, if you go into therapy with a mind, okay, I'm just going to take some medication, usually, not saying that psychotropic drugs, for anxiety disorders or, depression, whatever the case might be that you're struggling with, aren't effective, but they're much more effective if they're in conjunction with therapy. And I want to say there's like in the whole nation, I think there's 600 that are licensed specifically for this training of CBT. Now, all throughout my coursework, we did a lot of CBT stuff, but you have to have extra credentials to just totally, treat people CBT. And, and a lot of therapists have eclectic approaches, and that's where they throw in different modalities, types of therapies. But I'm talking about specifically CBT. To say that you are a CBT, cognitive behavioral therapist. Okay. Now, okay, that's the responsibility of the therapist. The responsibility of the client. Are you willing to approach your anxiety with a learner, as a learner, with a learner? Go get your learner permit as a learner. Are you willing to look at the role you play in intensifying your anxiety? can you be aware enough to write down your thoughts and feelings and catch them? You see how I caught my feelings? I didn't have to write it down because I'm pretty practiced at it. Can you take a critical, investigative approach to your thoughts and behavior? And are you willing to invest the time and effort in completing action-based exercise? And I've told you many times, a good therapist will give you homework. You don't go in there, like I had said in previous videos, and then, oh, I feel better, because you haven't developed the coping skills or strategies. I tried so hard to convince our son Toby, please go take this life. I think it was a life strategy skill course. Because like I've said in the past, when you're family, people don't really take you seriously, no matter what you say to them most of the time. That's the way life is. Let it go. Okay, so um, I'm gonna just share this. Bear with me for a minute. Okay, here it is. And all of those of us that struggle with anxiety, let's unravel it a little bit. What are some of the physical symptoms? Your heart increases the rate, palpitations. A lot of people think they're having a heart attack when they're having an anxiety attack. Of course, you want to make sure what's going on. Shortness of breath, chest pain, choking sensation, dizziness, lightheadedness, sweating, hot flashes, and chills. Wow. See, in my case, because I have complex PTSD, that isn't an anxiety disorder, but it is specific to certain triggers. And I have said in the past that I have used exposure therapy and cognitive behavioral therapy myself. Hey, I'm of the belief, I don't care what kind of education you have, you keep healing, you keep challenging yourself, you keep exploring your feelings, thoughts, and behaviors. Make sure they're productive for you and everyone around you. Okay, so physical symptoms. Now, continuing nausea, tense muscles, dry mouth, trembling, shaking, even numbness. Goodness. And I shared in one video because of my complex PTSD, I felt like I was frozen, literally frozen at the wheel with I won't get into that because I've just gone too far. Cognitive, your thoughts, you're afraid of losing control, afraid of not being able to cope, fear of going crazy, difficulty in reasoning, and loss of objectivity. Okay, bunch of fear of negative people evaluating you, judging you negatively. And there were more, but like behavioral, escape and flight, restlessness, agitation, pacing, avoid threats. Okay, let's see. Behavior and emotional. You're feeling tense, nervous, and see that kind of goes along with the physical, doesn't it? But it's more specific. It's about your feelings. Identify what you're feeling. Frightened, edgy, impatient, frustrated. Goes on and on. It's so awesome. But like it has pages and pages where you can write down events and how you reacted, monitoring your physical symptoms, confronting your fears, just checking in to make sure you're making progress. But the thing is, if you know something really causes you high anxiety, practice those things, challenging your thoughts, identifying your feelings, okay? Practice those, and the language you use with yourself, self-talk. Practice all of that in less threatening situations, okay? I'm cold now. Anyways, I hope that's helpful, and um, you know, this is my gift. I am 65, almost 66. I can no longer work. I have a lot of physical issues, and can no longer work. But to me, this is labor of love. And, whether my children, grands, friends, loved ones, strangers, whatever, somebody gets something out of this. I just want to say, and I touched on in previous videos, I've had a lot of loss in my life. And the way, see, this is the other thing. With fear and anxiety, when it comes to loss and grief, people feel like they're never going to get through it. How they're going to live with this person in their life. These feelings are going to break you. So, tie that in with some of the things I said. And, you know, the more you take care of yourself, your mental health, because it's Mental Health Awareness Month. And those of you, my loved ones on Facebook, you'll see I've been posting a lot of stuff about mental health. And that's because it's May. You'll be done with me soon. I'll be moving to June. But, you know, when I was just touching on grief and loss and that, and, with primary relationships, whatever the case might be, don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy. Some things, we just can't fix. It's not our responsibility to fix. And you have a lot of, light bulb, aha moments. I was telling Roy, my hubby, I said, we might have 20 good years left. I don't know. Maybe we'll have 30, 40, maybe we'll have 5. I don't know. When you're in your late 60s and, who knows? None of us know, no matter what age you are. But I want the rest of our years to be content as possible. I'll continue to try to do my little part to be a better human, to have a better impact in the world. But I'm also going to continue to seek out these little nuggets of joy. See, that's how you survive loss. You go where the love is. Go where the love is. If we spend our days in anxiousness, fear, brokenness, it's hard to become whole. Becoming whole is work. It's a journey. I'm still on it. So I tend to be very proactive because I have learned an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And this applies to my mental health as well. I respect when I'm ready to set a boundary, whether it's in a relationship or a situation. But just like this workbook says, are you ready to seriously look at your role in a situation? This applies to all of us, whatever the case might be. But you know what? I'm going to spend more time in this. I'm going to spend more time in when the roof caves in. Oh, I already started reading. This is going to be a joy. Going to be such a joy. You know, um, the biggest thing for me, and a lot of you can relate, if I can get sleep, I feel like I can handle anything. You throw everything at me, I can be able to handle it. Thus far, I don't promise for the future. I'll just keep trying my best. Use every strategy I can. Okay, before I close, I had the most adorable little friend. I love finding little things for loved ones. I love putting them in a little box and sending off. You never know what you're going to get. Anyways, um, I got this little sign. It's called "Welcome to." There's a label here, but "Welcome to my she shed." I'm going to send it to my little friend Sarah. She's the gal we met when I went back to get my bachelor's. Okay, and God, what a good soul. Every time I go to lunch, she won't let me pay. I try so hard to pay. Anyways, I'm going to send her that. They're getting a new home. I'm so excited for her and happy for her. She lives in Florida. But our little thing kind of is, oh, she shed, when we find something cute that we both want a she shed so bad. Piled up with books and music and cats, whatever the case might be. In my case, I would love to have all my I tell you what I would really love at some point in my life, wouldn't it be amazing? Have all our grandkids together. Every one of them. Everyone. I love them all. Even those far and distant in heart and distance. I love you all. I love you too. Namaste. Be blessed. Take care of that anxiety and worry. Okay, so you can have more joy in your life.